Everyone, I just wanted to share with you just what it's like in van life. So right now behind me, you can see here, those are my clothes on my clothing rack. And sometimes having that vertical, being able to see what you have, it does make getting dressed a little bit easier when you're in a high roof van. And over here, I have my bed made. It's in bed mode right now. And I still have that out because sometimes when the temperature's cold, and today being Shabbat, I like to kind of lounge in bed as well. So I'm going to leave that out. Otherwise, it would be against this wall in Murphy bed mode. And then over here is my kitchen setup. And I have this stainless steel counter, which is so great that when you're cooking food and it's hot, you can just sit it on the counter. You're not worried about burning anything or ruining anything. And that has been such a game changer in one of the changes that I made to this van layout. And then over here right now, everything is about like what you can do hands off. And I love, cooking in a crock pot or a one pot cooker. And this is a simple little 12-volt heat warmer, food warmer. So I had already prepared at home some sweet potatoes and squash. So they're now in here warming up so that when I go on my walk, they'll be ready when I'm done my walk. The other thing that I use, this is a vintage coffee pot, and I use this. It has the 12-volt adapter. It does have a regular, all these equipment that are 12-volt also have the regular 110-volt adapter, but as usual, the 12-volt is going to take less power and just as efficient. So what I do is I'll heat up my water in that, and then I'll prepare my Stanley thermos and fill that up with water. Being that it has been so cold, I have been drinking a lot more hot tea, which means I'm going through my water more frequently. So that's just part of the process of just reheating up more water and making that available. I also have a New Wave cooktop, and then I cook on the New Wave cooktop if I'm doing a pan of food or cooking butter, cooking toast, that sort of thing. So I do it in a pan. But and then I have my Vitamix blender, and that is over here. And the Vitamix blender is where I make soups and smoothies and nut butters and all that. So as much as I can still make things by scratch, I do. And then I have, the ingredients up here in the glass jars so that, nuts and seeds and grains are easily available. So that's just some of the things inside of the van that are just, part of the van living process. The other addition to my van recently is this chair. I'm going to sit in the chair right now. So one of the things I love about this chair is the height of the chair. I am short. I'm 5'4", and my feet perfectly fit flat on the floor. And when you're sitting for a long time and you're doing editing work or you're designing or whatever you're doing on your computer, or just reading a book, I like my feet to be flat on the floor and comfortable. And then I also have another, it's a foldable toilet, but I also use it as a trash can. And so it's just the height is perfect so that I'll just show you here. So here is this little bin, and when I put it up and put my feet on top, it's like the perfect ottoman, and it fits underneath of my bed, so it's the perfect height. And then at the same time, when I want to have my feet elevated, I can. So sometimes these tools that you find to make your travel and van life more accessible, it's kind of a trial and error thing. You buy a product, it doesn't work, you return it, you try something else. And that's kind of been the process with some of these things. But like I said, this chair was something that I had already in my apartment, and it was designed by a Polish furniture designer. And I don't have that in my memory at the moment, but and I am Polish. So part of it was just like a statement piece that was in my home that was just so comfortable. And I was like, with all the times that I've taken trips and, I've just used like the foldable, camp chairs, which they're all right. But I mean, sometimes when you're really doing work and you want to sit on something comfortable, So I opted to take out a sofa that I had in here that I didn't use as frequently and put this chair in. So give yourself the freedom in van life to make changes along the way. Don't like think that just because you did this particular design this particular way that, you know, you're stuck with it. You can always alter, change, and modify your layout to make it suit where you are currently in life right now at this particular point in time, at this particular spot on your journey, that you can make things fit and alter what is best for you right now. So I hope that gives you some inspiration. Now I'm going to span the view, and if you notice my bug curtains, I also made like a little I don't know what you call it. It's just like a little fabric around the edges, and it just gives it a little something, and it gives that cottage feel. So now I'm going to give you the view out my window. So as you can see, this is a dune. I am the closest campsite to the ocean. So on the other side of that ocean is some more sand and then the ocean. So, you know, it is protected, but it's such a beautiful, you know, private space. I have not seen anybody on the spot for the past several days. And it's just lovely to just open up your door, have something beautiful to look at. The quietness, it's really been very, very quiet. Now, the only complaint I would have is that I have heard some generators of nearby RV rigs, so that can be a little bit annoying, the sound, the loud sound of the generators. But besides that, this has been a really wonderful experience. So I hope you have a great day. Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to get back to reading, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, everybody.